The last thing you want to hear when you need your auto insurance most is a robot with countless irrelevant menu options. Which is why with USAA Auto Insurance, you'll get great service that is easy and reliable, all at the touch of a button. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply.
USAA. Hilton brings you new ways to stay. With experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
Halliday presents, in the red corner, the undisputed, undefeated Weed Whacker Guy. Champion of hurling grass and pollen everywhere. And in the blue corner, the challenger, extra strength Halliday. Eye drops that work all day to prevent the release of histamines that cause itchy allergy eyes. And the winner by knockout is Halliday. Halliday, bring it on.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to the Coaching Youth Hoops Podcast.
They're playing basketball.
Here's our hosts, Steve Collins, and Bill Flitter.
All right, welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops. Coach, how are you today?
I am doing well. Thank you for asking. Yeah, it's
other than we've been talking for the last hour and a half before we came on.
Oh, goodness. Good conversation though, man. We got a lot of stuff figured out. So
yeah, it's
complaining to each other about our stuff we're going through.
Talking through about our teams and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I hope people like this, because the discussion that him and I have, we're not lying. It's 12. We're batching this one. It's 12:30, and we started talking at 11. and the discussion we have about topics for this is similar to the discussions you and I have when we're not recording. So it's good. We're pulling back the curtain a little bit and letting people see kind of some of the talks that you and I have. I think it's a good thing, actually.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's authentic in that way, right? Because we're going through the same issues that you guys are going through, right?
Yes.
So, yeah,
all the same ones. All right. So before we jump in, let's talk about practice plans. Jump in. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Coaches, stop doing your practice plans. Pause. Right. Come over to basketballpracticeplans.com. I've already got them done for you, all planned out, an entire season of practice plans, offense, defense, inbound plays, everything you need for a season. If you don't find something there that you specifically need, look for the custom plan button, and I'll create a custom plan specific to what you need in your season. So, what I did is, I know you guys are busy. Right, you got families. This is not what you do full time. I'm there to help as a resource.
Also, so two other things. First of all, go over and join our Facebook group, Coaching Youth Hoops. As Bill was talking, I just accepted 2 new members, so that was good. And then also, if you like these podcasts, leave a review.
Please
leave a review down below. If it's a 5-star, you can definitely leave a review. If it's a 3-star, don't leave it. But anyway, we would love them. We read all the reviews on Spotify or Apple or wherever you listen to these. But I know that is a way to give back. That's a way for Bill and I to know that people are actually listening to this.
And those of you who have left a review or emailed us directly, thank you very much. Appreciate you.
We do.
Glad you enjoy the content.
We do. It's nice for us to get together and talk, but it's also nice to know that
it is.
We want to influence. What is it? A million youth.
A million youth. Yeah.
Before we're done, that's our goal.
Years. That's right. Yeah,
that's our goal. All right. So, what's today's topic, Coach?
Today we're going to talk about basketball etiquette. kind of some unwritten rules, maybe, how to manage a game, how to handle certain situations with grace and integrity. So that is the topic. I got this, actually pulled this idea out of our Facebook group, and it came to me about, I've seen a lot of and been hearing a lot about blowout games, right? That's one thing. And then how to handle a blowout game on both ends. If you're the team that is winning by a lot and the team that is losing, how do you handle that? And then just like, other nuances that happen during a game, and posting things to social media or what have you that might
Right.
happen. So,
No, part of it is like, as a youth coach, you still have to remember, like, we're all teachers. Doesn't matter who you are in the world, you're teaching someone. If you're a parent, if you're a coworker, if you're like, everyone's always teaching, and a basketball coach is definitely a teacher. And I think part of that etiquette is that sportsmanship, these youngsters see a lot. I'm going to sound old. And some of it isn't great sportsmanship. I think it's our objective is to teach sportsmanship. And I just know when I was doing it, it's like, I just think it's an important aspect of life, an important aspect of learning. The great ones know they're great. You don't have to, everyone in the gym knows you're good. You don't have to.
That's right.
I do this with my varsity boys. Like, they know the fast way to get pulled out of a game is to run down the court and hold up 3 fingers.
Oh, really? Oh, interesting.
Oh, they're done. They're done. Because I go, what are you doing at that point? That's what you. And everyone in the gym knows you just scored a 3. So you don't have to do that. Like, go make 4 more of them. Like, let's go. Like, so I just don't like that kind of, and part of that's etiquette. That's what I tell them.
Yeah.
You and I were talking earlier about some of my meetings with my players. One of our meetings that we have, or one of our lessons that we have, is about etiquette. Because I think it's important. It's like, how you treat people is important. And it's like, there's no reason to show someone up. Scoreboard does enough talking at that point. But I agree.
Well, and that's the thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. No, I was going to say, I saw this video of a youth team doing those types of things, holding up the 3.
Oh, we all saw that one on Twitter. Like,
you saw that one? Yeah, you saw the Twitter
green.
one. Yeah.
That's everywhere. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And that, again, kind of fueled this idea of, what's the balance of, hey, the questions that I saw were, the kids were just having fun. Oh, yeah. Were they like, they were looking at, their heroes in the NBA and what they do there. And, it's different, right? You can't carry what they do. These are grown men playing in the NBA who do this for a living. You have to teach kids, because the coaches, you have to remember, you are working with kids, right? And we want to keep kids playing basketball. And you could literally take someone out of a game. When I say out of a game, like they're done playing because they got embarrassed, or
right.
And here's my biggest thing.
That's your money saying it's time for a McDonald's run. Because with new McValue at McDonald's, you get more than you expect. Like, buy a 6-piece McNuggets and add a McChicken for just $1. Your money says let's go. Get more than you expect with new McValue. Prices and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
This is what irritates me. I'm going to tell you, Coach, right now what irritates me. One of the things in the basketball, okay? There's in youth sports, and let's start, since we're talking basketball, youth basketball, you have the disparity in talent between Team A and Team B. You see that a lot more, disparity. So, yes, you could beat up a team 50-10, 50-2. What good is that?
what's being taught by that? Like everyone knows if you win 28-2, you're still the best team. There's no point to it. So work on some other skills. The video you're talking about, like you got like 8-year-olds flexing, like doing the muscle flex or doing the thing. Like, so that there's a difference between the staring down, the muscle flex, the over someone, the holding the three. That's different than celebrating with your teammate and giving high fives and going, yeah.
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
That's the difference. And that was part of my lesson is there's a difference between, defensive chant on the bench and and everyone's standing up when someone hits a three and clapping. That's proper etiquette, in my opinion, because that's you're cheering a positive thing. The other one, you're showing someone up. If you're standing over them and you're flexing or you're staring them down or you're holding up 3 fingers, that's a showing up thing. That's not a celebration. Celebrate with your teammate. Like a good one is when a kid gets a dunk, watch the other players. That's this type of celebration you should have because they're all happy for their friend that just got a dunk. So that's okay. That's a good celebration. I have no problem with that. It's a dunk. It's a layup. Great. But standing over the person after you dunk or staring at them is that's not proper etiquette, in my opinion. And obviously it's not happening at the youth level. I'm just giving you an example. But
and it carries through. If you don't correct the problem now, it'll just carry through. So let's dive into this because I think this is one of the bigger scenarios that happens that coaches can control, which is this disparity in the score when you are the better team. So let's talk about the winning, the better team first, and then come to the next team, the losing end. Okay, so you're right now the score is 15-0. Okay, right? It's I don't know, maybe it's halftime, maybe it's the end of the middle of the second quarter.
Okay,
what do you do as the coach that's up at that point?
Is that
a big enough gap in you?
I think it depends. First of all, there's a difference between a 7th and 8th grade team that could probably come down, pop a couple threes on you and get back in it than a 4th grade team. Correct. Like the scores are probably in the 20s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think you have to differentiate that.
Let's talk about, because this question in particular this was a 4th grade team.
Yes. So at this point, I'm not pressing. I'm probably changing my defense. I might even be playing a zone, which is a whole different discussion whether you should play zone or not. I'm taking my foot off the gas at that point.
And why would you play a zone if you're up that much? Because then the other team can't shoot. Once you go to man.
The problem with man is you could turn them over more and probably get layups on the other side. So it depends on the type of man you're playing, I guess. I would try to be a little bit more passive defensively.
If you were, I think that's probably, in my opinion, that's probably the better strategy is be passive.
Yeah, but that's a hard thing to turn that funnel off.
Yeah.
So that's where a zone where it's like, they might pass it around for a while. We won't get as many steals. We maybe then, man to man. If this is again purely observational, but when we were that much better and we were playing man, we'd steal the ball before you got to half court. So I'm making them run back at least.
My cat Freddie loves to be brushed and cuddled, but stirring up his cat allergens meant sneezing and itchy eyes. Then I found Purina One Live Clear. It's cat food that reduced the major allergen and my suffering in as little as 21 days. Now, we feel closer than ever. If you have issues with cat allergens, you really need to try Purina One Live Clear.
Try new Purina One Live Clear today. Purina One, a difference from day one.
This episode is brought to you by Chevrolet. When you have 4 new tires, every drive feels fresh. Right now, buy 3 select tires and get 1 for just $1 during the Chevrolet Certified Service Fresh Start Tire event. Visit Chevrolet.com/service offers or see dealer for full details. At participating U.S. GM dealers only, highest or equal value tire will be $1. Offer ends 5/31/2025. Not available with other offers.
Dude, inside the 3-point line. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah.
So a timeout or halftime, we talk about no one goes outside the 3-point line. No one, so big guys don't go outside the paint. That's why I would go to a zone, because it's a little more passive. Yes, they can't shoot from outside, but again, I'm going to memory of like when we were better and we were playing man. It's hard to turn that off.
Yeah, and what I would always tell my teams too is like,
more
okay,
passes.
look, on the offense. So on the defensive side, still play defense,
right?
But on the offensive side, no, you have to pass everybody on the team's got to touch the ball before we try to score.
Right. Or John's got to shoot it. Like I've done that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like,
exactly.
We're not going to shoot the ball until John touches it in the post. And then once he touches in the post, he's got to give it to Davion, and then Davion can shoot it. That's right. I get that specific. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, no, absolutely. So I think on the offensive side, you can control that, right?
Yes.
Have them still play defense, but on the offensive side,
The problem is you can't really have them play defense. You can't. You know what I'm saying? If you're that much better, it's going to be 60-2.
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
definitely,
like putting my son out there or some of his friends, it's like he's either on or off. Like I wasn't like telling her not to defend him. Like it's, and again, you gave the scenario first half, first quarter. Obviously, if we're in the fourth quarter, I'm subbing.
Right, definitely.
I'm trying to put my bottom players in, maybe then I can play some man. It's like there's such a nuance to this. Yes, I agree.
Well, and I think you also bring up a good point on etiquette is if you put in your subs and this other team has still their first string players in, on the losing side right now, you're down. Are you then pressing the subs of the winning team? That was one of the questions that also came up in the Facebook group.
How much are you down?
In this case, they were down 20.
And how much time left?
It was the fourth quarter, so they didn't specify
5 minutes
time.
Probably,
yeah.
I probably pressed at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Or I do something. It depends. It depends on the situation. This is where etiquette's a weird thing. That is his second 5 substantially worse than the first 5 that are up 20? My guess is no, for the most part, most of the things I've seen. So I don't know if I'm going to press anyway, but I don't know that. That's a tough question, I think.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be in the game to kind of answer that yourself. But is the winning coach kind of doing you a favor at that point?
The winning coach is absolutely doing a favor, but he knows he's going to win. He wouldn't have done it unless he knows he's going to win. And to be honest with you, to youth level, I'd probably talk to him. Probably go, hey, I'm going to press. Is that okay? Like something like that. Like whatever. I've done that before. Either way. Like, hey, I'm putting my subs in. Just go play. Like whatever. I've done that. I mean, whatever. It's youth basketball. It's like
it's youth basketball.
You're not the Illinois coach. It's like
when is, and again, oh sorry,
go ahead.
But when is the right time? So, and what I mean by that is you're up 20, and again, flow of the game, blah blah blah, right? How's the team? You got to do that, but is it kind of the etiquette? If you're
I think you got to know the rules of the tournament too.
Yeah.
Right. Like a lot of them have running clocks at least when we played youth, a lot of them had running clocks because they want the tournament moving or the league moving.
Yeah.
So usually,
but even just in general, if there's nothing you're up 20 and it's like, okay, that's a substantial lead, kind of keep it in that range. If it dips below X, then I'm going to I'm going to put my subs, I'm going to put my starters back in. I mean, again, I think these are important questions for youth to manage the game, because you don't want to take a kid out of the game and stop loving the game and be embarrassed. That's the last thing you should want.
Right. Yeah. I mean, up 20 in fourth quarter, you're probably okay subbing. Again, At the fourth grade level, you definitely are, because 20 points is like 80 points.
It's huge.
At the 7th and 8th grade level, then you got to be a little bit more careful. They cut it to 10. I'm going to put my starters back in. You know, it's a little bit more of, you know, reading the flow of the game at that point. And practice will help with that. And but I mean, I think that the point is not to embarrass. The point is not to blow out. Sometimes you're going to win by 30, and it happens, and you're just that much better. The point is you don't want 72-12.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
In my opinion. Yeah. All right. Anything else for that, Coach?
Yeah. Last question is, what you're on the losing side of that. What are you telling your players?
I tell them a couple things. I try to break it up into little games. Like, hey, we're going to try to get 2 scores here. We're going to try to get 4 stops. Like, okay, let's work on you know, we got a game in 2 hours. Let's work on this. You know, it's good to make little mini games within the game, especially at the youth level. Like, hey, let's see if we can get 3 buckets here. 3 buckets. 3 buckets. I'll buy you all Gatorades, kind of thing. Like, let's go. Like, you know,
give them challenges. You're saying little. Yeah. How do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? Similar type of, right?
Yes.
Just give them.
Yes.
You're not.
You want to give them a positive thing to feed off of, I think, is important. For anybody. I mean, I've done that at the varsity.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
we were down last night. We were down early in the year to the number 2 ranked team in the state, 22 at half. And my goal, we came out at half, and that was the worst game of anyway. And we at halftime we said, all right, we're going to get this in so we play 18-minute halves. By the 10-minute mark, we're going to cut it in half, and we did. And I said, all right, by the 5-minute mark, we're going to cut it to 4, and we did. And then we ended up getting up a couple points, and then they ended up beating us. But it was like I just had to set, like, you're not going to get this all back at once. We're not going to just start popping threes. It's slow. We got to get a score and a stop and a score. So that's those little games you can do at the youth level, and they'll do that. They really will. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Good.
All right.
Well,
Till
Coach,
next week.
Hopefully this was helpful to you, both sides, or winning side, losing side, a little bit, right?
Yep.
How to manage.
Go leave those reviews. That's the way you can pay Bill and I back, is by leaving a review. We really appreciate it.
That'd be awesome.
Yep.
All
and
right,
go over and
Coach.
check out the Facebook group. All right. Till next week.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.